Hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I'm going to share with you this card that is a slight variation from the barn door design. If you've seen that before, it looks just like this, but it doesn't have these triangles here, but it still opens the same way. Okay, so it's doing this, but I've added the triangles to that. So let me just go ahead and start sharing with you. The paper I'm using, these are all new products that will be coming out May 5th, depending on when you're watching this video. So the paper that I used for this card here is the 2026-2028 in color painted patterns 12 by 12. So all the patterns are the same, but in different colors, in all the in colors. Okay, so you have some stripes and you have some tiny polka dots and some large polka dots. So that's what I'm using. I cut my paper. I cut the cardstock to 5 1/4 by 12. So this piece right here is 5 1/4 by 12. And then I have a piece of cardstock, just white cardstock. That is, let's see, this is why the grid paper is great. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So 3 3/4 by 5 is just a white piece of cardstock. I have another white piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. I have a piece of crisp cantaloupe. This one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 crisp cantaloupe. This is a color that we've had previously that is now back in. It's back. And then I have a little strip here of the pattern paper, and that one is 3/4 inch by 3 3/4. Okay, so those are all my pieces of paper. I will be using a stamp set, a new stamp set that is called Bordered in Beauty. Look at all those great borders right there. And in true Stampin' Up! Style, let me see. Here we go. There are dies that go with that. So they can be used on their own, or there's dies to cut out all those pieces. And I will be using these embellishments. Love, love, love. There are new embellishments coming out in the in colors. There are butterflies, and there are dots. Look at these, if you can see this in here. They shimmer. They're great. Look at them. Can you see the shimmer in those? There's little tiny butterflies and dots, and those are in the in colors that are coming out. I have a doodle, and we have a big window in the back of our house, which is where I'm doing this video today, and there are squirrels out there, and this dog just goes crazy for the squirrels. Let me see if I can, here you go, look at him. Oh, he is just checking out squirrels out there. So we might hear a little bit of some whining from him, but all is well. Okay. And then another thing I'll be using, if you have not checked out these ephemera packs, this one is Sincerely Noted Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. They are great for if you just quick and simple. So this is the, like, what did I say this one's called? This one's called Sincerely Noted, but there are other ones currently available. So go check those out online. Ephemera packs. EPH here, because I know some people are like, what is ephemera? Here you go. EPHEMERA. Sorry, ERA. So there's all these sayings here, these sentiments. They pop out just like this. These are new, but I would go ahead and just pop them all out at one time, and then either keep them in a Ziploc bag, or you can keep them in a stamp case. And then on the back of them is great because there's a split. There's a split right here, and you open them up, pull out that backing on both sides, and it's a sticker, and it just sticks right on. So we'll be picking one of those at the end. All right, so I think that's it for now. So again, this piece here is 5 1/4 by 12. And then I scored, I know you can't see it, but I scored it already. You have two options. I scored at 2 inches and 4 inches, and then you can flip your cardstock around and score at 2 and 4 again. Or you could score at 2 and 4, open up the arm on your trimmer, and slide it down and do 8 and 10. So 2, 4, 8, 10. Or you can just do 2 and 4, flip it, and do 2 and 4 again. So either way, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and fold this on the score lines. Let's get some good creases here. So I'm gonna use the bone folder. All right, so we're gonna fold that one. And we're gonna fold this one. Oh, that puppy wants to get those squirrels. Hang on, pups. All right, let's get this out of here. Okay, so right now you have this. And then I want to take this piece, the outside piece at that 2-inch line, at the 2-inch score now, because I did the 4-inch scores in. The 2-inch 4s, I'm going to go back the other direction. And put that down. And we're going to score that one. Okay, so this is what you have at the moment. And this is like the barn door, the traditional barn door. Some of you have made barn door cards before. And that's what this is. It's just a little bit of a variation with it. So it's the barn door. Okay. If you decide, well, okay, here's my end card. If you decide, well, I would really like to have this side be shown when you open up the card. That's fine. Switch it over and reverse your folds. Okay? So I'm going to leave it like this for now. So once it's like this, now I'm going to take my corners, all 4 corners, and I'm folding it in to match. I'm going to fold it in to match up to the 2-inch score line. Okay? So it's going from that corner and folding up to that 2-inch score line. Do the same thing here. I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to fold it up to the 2-inch score line. And press that down. Same thing over here. I'm going to fold it up to the 2-inch score line. And I want to crease it well. And the last one, fold up to the 2-inch score line. Now again, I'm using new paper that's coming out May 5th. Again, depending on when you're watching this, it may not be available quite yet, but it's coming. But honestly, grab the paper you have. What's good about this one? There are some paper packs that I will look at a design and I'm like, oh, I love this side. And then I flip it to the other side. I'm like, the other side's okay. Then I know which side I want to use. But there's other paper packs where I'm like, I love both sides. I like the front side, I like the back side. It's like, oh, now what? Which ones to use? This is great for that. This is a great one to use for that because both sides are going to be seen. And it's pretty even, pretty equal as far as, because look at that one. When it's like that, you're seeing all those small polka dots. But when you open it up, you're seeing definitely a lot more of the big polka dots. So it is pretty even about which side that you're seeing more often. It's an even match. All right. Then I'm going to take this white piece, and this is going to go on the inside. Again, if you're using the liquid glue, you do not need a ton of it. So I'm going to take this, and we're going to put this in here. There we go. And I was asked recently about which I use more of, the liquid glue or the Stampin' Seal. Honestly, I probably use them both about the same. It just really depends. Sometimes when I do quite a few classes in senior living, and sometimes some of the ladies just have a hard time, or honestly, it's not even senior living. Sometimes just some people have a hard time getting the Stampin' Seal because you kind of have to be even. With the Stampin' Seal, you really have to run it evenly. If you've used it, you know what I'm talking about. If it gets off to the side, you're off to the side, the tape can get goofy. So you really have to be even with it, or it gets really gummed up and not working well. So I just find I use the liquid glue and that works well. So I really go back and forth between the two. There's no right or wrong. It's a preference in this case. Okay, so that's my inside. And then I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to adhere it to this crisp cantaloupe piece. So again, let's get some glue around the edges. There we go. And we're going to flip this over. And lay that on there. And that's just going to make your card a little more sturdy. So we're just going to press that down for a minute. And it dries really quickly. I was asked recently what's the difference between this glue and using Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue doesn't dry this fast. So it dries very quickly. It dries a good hold. It's not going anywhere, so your card's not going to fall apart on you. So I think this is thinner. Elmer's glue tends to be much thicker and kind of, it's going to, like when you put it in here, your card, when it dries, it might be ripply, which can happen with this too. If you're using liquid glue and when it dries, you're like, well, there's like a ripple in there in your paper. Your paper's not like drying flat. It means you're using way too much glue. So less glue, better. All right, so we have this so far. We can grab a little bit of glue, tack down these corners. Again, you see how little I'm using. We're just tacking them down. Put that in here. And we're going to put this here. And we're just folding them down, tacking those down. All right, so there you go. So that's the base of the card. And then you can decorate however you want to decorate it. I'm going to pull in this zigzag. For those of you who are in class, recently when I couldn't find the zigzag, I found it. Yay! These photopolymers, sometimes if you set them somewhere, they're easy to misplace because they're clear. So I'm grabbing this zigzag. It's like the Charlie Brown zigzag from Bordered in Beauty. I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use green, I think. Yeah, yep, it's all right. I'm going to use this green. This is one of the new magnetic pads. The magnetic pads are only available, they will only be available in the 5 in colors. That's it. There's lots of rumors going around about it. The magnetic style pad, the ink pad itself is not magnetic, just the case. The lids, boop, super easy to get on and off. Yep, they are more expensive, but I'm telling you, if you have a hard time, I know I have customers who have a hard time getting these open. If they're hard to get open for you, these will be a lifesaver. They are very easy to open, which is very nice. But they're only available right now in the 5 in colors. A year from now, they will be available in the other colors. But right now, it's just these 5 in colors. So I'm going to take this, and they're magnetic, so they stick together so you don't lose them. When you're going to do this, make sure that you realize that when you're done, it's going to be this direction, not this direction. So we're going to lay it this way. Tap, tap. I actually lined up my first one right up in the corner there. And then the zigzag one, you can line up with each of the zigzags because you can see through. So you can kind of see how I'm lining those up there. And let's see, that one. And we'll go back and finish that in a second. Let's get here. And then we're going to go here. This is one where you could use a stamp positioner too, if this is hard for you to get them even. And we'll do one more at the bottom. All right, now you have this and this. I'm going to go back. And we're going to attempt to line up. It may or may not exactly, but we'll see. That actually wasn't too bad. And let's go over here. Let's line this one up. Let's see how this works. Not too bad. Okay. And let me just close that up. Put that aside, and here we go. I don't think I have an extra piece. All right, so normally this would get attached onto a piece of this cardstock, which I don't think I have that here. I don't. So anyway, by the power of TV, it's done. But anyway, this would normally get attached onto a cardstock base. I don't think I gave you the measurement for that, but it's just a 1/4 inch bigger. So if this one here is 2 3/4, then you want a piece of cardstock that's 3 by 3, okay? So this green right here is a 3 by 3 piece. and put that on here. Oh, I missed one right there. And go back and get that one. But that would go right there. And then you can grab any of this, the ephemera pack. Decide what words you want to go in with that. To go on there, we could put happy birthday. That's a pretty big one, but we can make that work. You can grab whatever you want. You can, let's see, wishing you were here. Let's see what else would be. There's thank you. Hooray. For you, maybe. We could even do a bigger one. Sending you my love. Let's see, what else is here? Wishing you the very best. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Okay. So again, there's little sticker backings on here. Pull that off. I can stick that right in here. Attach that to the front of my card like this. And then voila, you're all done. Oh, not done. Put that on. And then I grab these little itty bitty butterflies right here. I added one up here, one up here. Just adds a little extra bling, a little extra finished look to your card. So there you go. All right, so give it a try. Gave you the measurements. Thanks so much for being here. If you like what you saw, hit that share button. Give me a comment below. I'd love to read those, and I promise I will respond to you. But that's it. Have a great week. Bye-bye.